from the jivas and to give them knowledge, actual knowledge. So then Gurudev explained that Shri Krishna in Golok Vrindavan is the original Swayam Bhagavan, and his first expansion is Baladev. He is the original Shankarshan, Mul Shankarshan. Why Shankarshan? Because from from Devaki's womb, he was attracted by Jogamaya, Karshan. He was attracted to the womb of Rohini. That is why he is Shankarshan. And this in Vrindavan, in Gokul Mahavan, in Brajadham, he is the original Mul Shankarshan as a cowherd boy. And then when they go to Puri, Dwarakapuri meant here Dwarakapuri, there he is as Kshatriya, like king. So this Baladev in Dwaraka is Angsha avatar of Mul Shankarshan. He is another avatar of original Baladev in Vrindavan, cowherd Baladev. And then further expansion is there into Vaikuntha, where Vasudev, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudev, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, they are there. So that Shankarshan in Vaikuntha is called Mahashankarshan, and he is also Angsha avatar, expansion of Mul Shankarshan, that Kshatriya Baladev from Dwaraka. First is Baladev in Vrindavan, then there is first Chaturvyuha, 4 expansions in Dwaraka. And from this, the second Chaturvyuha comes to Vaikuntha. There he is Mahashankarshan. And then his Mahashankarshan's expansion is Karanodakashayi Mahavishnu. He glances towards Maya and impregnates material energy with conscious jivas. So his expansion of Mahashankarshan, and then he, Karanodakashayi, also expands as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, who enters as an indwelling monitor, witness, or controller of in each and every universe created. Mahavishnu creates unlimited, innumerable material universes. So Garbhodakashayi Vishnu enters into all. And then further expansion is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, who enters into the heart of every living entities, is the indwelling monitor there, and also into every atom he enters. And then further expansion is Sheshnag. Sheshnag is the Anantadev, who is holding all these universes on his head, but he's not feeling any heavy weight, like small mustard seed he's feeling, because he's Bhagavan. So all these are expansions of Baladev. That is why in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami was praying to Nityananda Prabhu, who is one with Baladev, he mentioned all these expansions of Baladev and praying for his grace. And then Gurudev here quoted Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur from one article, Govinda Tattva, how Govinda is the original Supreme Lord, Brajendra Nandan Govinda, and he is then expanded. This is Swarup, or the original form. Then there is Paraswarup, Narayan form, Vaibhavarup, the pastime form, the indwelling super soul Antarjami Rup, and Archarup, Diti form. They are all expansions of original Govinda. So Baladev Prabhu is Vaibhava Prakash of Govinda. There is no difference between Baladev and Krishna. The only difference is in color. Baladev is white, Krishna is dark, and Baladev carries a buffalo horn which produces a louder sound than the flute of Krishna. Therefore he is known as Shingadrik, horn holder. Sri Baladev possesses qualities like Krishna. He is the fountainhead or prime source of the all-embracing, all-pervading and all-extending energy. And now here Gurudev this is very important point. The actual meaning of these definitions cannot be understood completely by using limited mundane terminology. So it is necessary to realize. So there is inconceivable non-distinction and distinction between Vibhu means and Prabhu. Prabhu is Vasudev and Vibhu is Shankarshan. They are one and at the same time different. So then again this is explained how he expands from Mul Shankarshan to Dwaraka and then Mahashankarshan in Vaikuntha and then three Purusha avatars, Mahavishnu, Garvadanta, all. So although they are all expansions, but here again Gurudev telling that this is only different pastimes. There is no difference in tattva, ontologically between the second, third, fourth and fifth Vishnu Diti or between one form and another of Vishnu. There is only difference in the characteristics of their pastimes. Then Gurudev mentioned here the explanation of Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Again he classifies different forms like Swayamrup, Tadekatmarup, Abeshrup, then how there are divisions among them. So the first manifestation of the Vaibhava feature, Vaibhava Prakash, feature of Krishna is Sri Balaram. Sri Balaram and Krishna have different complexions, otherwise Sri Balaram is equal to Krishna in all respects. And then again from Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned that Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahar Dvitiya Deho Shri Balaram Eka Swarup Dohe Binna Matra Kai Adya Kai Vyuha Krishna Lilar Sahai Sei Krishna Navadipe Shri Chaitanya Chandra Sei Balaram Sange Shri Nityananda. Original Avatari is Krishna, original God, and his second body is Balaram. They are one, only different in body, form. And Baladev is assisting in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. In Kali Yuga, Krishna appears as Mahaprabhu and Baladev as Nityananda. So this Balaram, again from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Balaram Gosai Mula Shankarshan Pancharupa Dhari Koren Krishna Resebon Apone Koren Krishna Lila Arsahai Shrishti Lila Karjo Kore Dhari Charikai Shrishti Adik Sevatara Gyar Palan Shesh Rupe Kore Krishna Vivida Sebon Sarva Rupe Asvadoye Krishna Sevananda Say Balaram Gaur Sange Nityananda. That Balaram is the original Shankarshan. He then means he serves Krishna by taking 5 forms. He himself assists in Krishna's Lila in Golok. And for the purpose of this creation Lila, he takes 4 forms. That is all those Vishnu avatars, three Vishnu avatars, and Shesh Nag. And then Gurudev explained here again from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Seito Ananta Shesh Bhakta Avatar Ishwarer Seva Bina Nahi Janear Sahasra Badane Kore Krishna Gunogan Niravadi Gunogan Anta Nahi Pan Sanakadi Bhagavata Shune Jar Mukhe Bhagavanir Gun Kohe Bhase Prima Sukhe Chatra Paduka Sajja Upadan Basan Aram Avas Jagya Sutra Sein Hasan Eto Murti Bhed Kori Krishna Seva Kore Krishna Sheshata Paya Shesh Nam Dhore. The Ananta Shesh is devotee avatar of Godhead. He knows nothing but the service of Lord Krishna. With his thousands of mouths he sings the glories of Lord Krishna, but although he always sings in this way, he does not find an end to the qualities of the Lord. The four Kumaras hear Srimad Bhagavatam from his lips, and they in turn repeat the glories of the Lord to be immersed in the ocean of transcendental bliss of love of God. Ananta Shesh serves Lord Krishna by assuming the forms of the Lord's umbrella, slippers, bedding, pillow, garments, easy chair, residence, sacred thread, and throne. He is thus called Lord Shesh, as he is the last manifested form of Krishna to serve him. He takes various forms for the service of Krishna. So he is expanding in so many ways just for the service of Krishna. And then Gurudev explained that Shesh Nag, who is the bed of Vishnu, when he is lying down in that milk ocean, and there this Ananta Shesh is serving as his bed, that Ananta is Vishnu Tattva avatar, Vishnu Tattva. But this Shesh Nag, Anantadev, who is holding the universes on his head, he is Shakti Abesh avatar. This is the difference. Two Anantadevs are there. And then Gurudev explained that Shri Krishna himself performs his own service in his form of Baladev. Baladev is not different from Krishna, but Baladev is in the mood of servant of Krishna. Therefore, Shri Baladev is the original spiritual master. By the mercy of Baladev, one obtains the service of Shri Krishna. Gurudev is non-different from Baladev and Nityananda. The only difference between Gurudev and Baladev is that Gurudev is Shakti Tattva, while Shri Baladev is omnipotent Vishnu Tattva, the possessor of all opulences. Tulasi can be offered to the lotus feet of Shri Baladev, but since Gurudev is Shakti Tattva, Tulasi cannot be offered to his lotus feet. So Gurudev, Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, they are appearing, Mahanta Guru. The potency of Baladev is working, or Nityananda potency is manifesting to them or by the order of Nityananda, they are rescuing the fallen souls. So in that sense, Gurudev is not different from Baladev, being empowered by him. But there is also difference because Gurudev belongs to Shakti Tattva. That is why in the worship, in the matter of worship in Archan, to Baladev's feet you can offer Tulsi, but not to Gurudev. But that does not mean that Gurudev is different from Baladev. No, he is empowered by him. In that sense, he is not different. So Gurudev is original. Original Guru is Baladev and Radharani. So on their order, all Vyasti Gurus are working. They are serving. And then some very important point Gurudev here quoted from one Harikatha of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. In the Shruti Mundaka Upanishad it is said, Nayam Atma Balahinena Labhyo. Without the grace of Baladev, no one can get God. Here Balahinena means without strength. Balahinena. So here, in some other place, Gurudev explained that here Bala does not mean physical strength, but it means spiritual strength. This spiritual strength comes from Baladev, original Guru. Without the grace of Guru, no one can awaken devotion to Krishna and get the service of Krishna. It is not possible. That is why here it is written, Nayam Atma means you cannot attain Supreme Lord Balahinena without the spiritual strength which is coming, Nayam Atma Balahinena Labhyo. So here it refers to Baladev or Guru. Without the grace of Baladev, no one can get God. Now this is very important point here explained by Prabhupada. There can be no auspiciousness or eternal bliss without taking shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Gurudev. Sri Baladev serves Krishna with his body, mind and words. We can be benefited only by his mercy. When we argue with our Gurudev, when we try to rectify or correct Gurudev with our mundane knowledge, or try to imitate him artificially without actually following him, then we are following the path of ashrauta, means not listening to or hearing the authentic scriptures descending through the bona fide perceptorial channel, or tarka, argument. We are following this instead of the path of shrauta, which means the following of or listening to scriptures. Only when we give up all such evil-minded tendencies and surrender unto his lotus feet will following the path of hearing bring auspiciousness to us. So this is very important. We should not think we know better than Gurudev, we know more than Gurudev, or I can know independently of Gurudev, or so many these false ego attitudes if we have, then we cannot receive actual knowledge, actual devotion, actual service of Krishna we cannot receive. We have to surrender to Gurudev, then he will give us the advice, proper advice for eternal welfare. Without surrendering to Guru, we cannot get the advice for our eternal welfare. We cannot get it by our own effort. That is why Gurudev said that we have to adjust with the environment, not make environment adjusted to us. But he also explained we cannot get this, how to adjust to the environment, this knowledge, how to do it for eternal welfare without the grace of Guru. That is why you have to surrender to Guru. If we go by our own idea, following Guru, but according to our own idea, that is not actually following Guru. We are taking only one part of Gurudev's saying, not full part. So that is very important. Then Gurudev explained from Srimad Bhagavatam about the appearance of Baladev. You all have heard from Bhagavatam that one time Mother Earth was very overburdened by the sinful actions of kings, which were actually demons. Kings should do good for the society, but they were demons. They were ruling wrongly and doing so many sinful activities. So Mother Earth was burdened by this. So she prayed to Brahma, took shelter of Brahma, and together with Brahma, she was in the form of Surabhi cow, And together with demigods and Brahma, they went to the ocean of milk, and there Brahma was praying to Vishnu for a solution. Then Vishnu's voice came in Brahma's samadhi that yes, I know, and I will appear, and you should also appear in the family of Yadus and Pandavas to assist in my pastimes. Then Vasudev, short A, Vasudev, married Devaki, and Kamsa is her brother, so he took that chariot and he was driving, and while he was driving, that one divine from the sky, one voice came, "Oh Kamsa, you are very happy, but you don't know, the eighth child of Devaki will kill you." Then immediately Kamsa, because he was very cruel, he wanted to kill Devaki. Then Vasudev tried to, we will hear for Janmashtami this in detail, Vasudev tried to kill, Kamsa tried to kill Devaki, but Vasudev tried to stop him, that is anyhow it will come one day or other, but you are a very respected person, so if you kill your sister on the day of her marriage, so what will be your fame? And also in next life you will, so many things he explained to him, but Kamsa could not accept. He was so blind by lust. So then Vasudev thought another plan. Okay, then somehow I have to try to prevent Devaki's death. So he said, okay, you have no danger from Devaki. The sound said you will be killed by a child, so not by Devaki. So what is the necessity of killing Devaki? When the children will be born, I will bring those children to you, and then you do whatever you want, but don't kill Devaki. Then Kamsa changed, he said, okay. So he stopped that. And Kamsa also believed that Vasudeva is very saintly, so he will keep his word. So then the first child was born and Vasudeva brought, and Kamsa said, you are doing according to your word, so I am happy, so I will not kill this child. Eighth child is which I am concerned with, not this child. So he gave him back. But then Narad came, this is also his seva. He's sometimes with the demigods and sometimes with demons. To demigods he's telling what the demons are saying, and to demons he's saying what demigods are saying. Both are very eager to hear from Narad. So Narad came and told to Kamsa, you don't know Kamsa, the associates of Vishnu, they are already appearing. In your past life you were Kalnemi and you were killed by Vishnu, and now again Vishnu is appearing and his associates are also coming, and also you don't know eighth child counted from beginning or from the end. 8. If Devaki would have, like for example, 9 children, then if it is counted from back the 8, it means the second one will kill you. So you cannot say which one is 8 because it was not mentioned. Then Kamsa became confused, and then he immediately killed, out of fear, he immediately killed all those 6 children which were already born, and also he put Vasudeva and Devaki into prison house, and he also put into prison his father Ugrasen, and he made allies with all the demon kings, and they were harassing everywhere. So Yadavas had to flee to all other countries. Then the seventh child appeared as the seventh pregnancy of Devaki. When Sri Baladev appeared as the seventh pregnancy of Devaki, Yogamaya, as per the Supreme Lord's instruction, attracted the seventh pregnancy of Devaki without anyone's knowledge and placed him in the womb of Rohini, Vasudeva's second wife in Gokul. Since he was attracted from the womb of Devaki by Yogamaya and placed in the womb of Rohini, he is therefore known by the names of Rohini Nandan and Shankarshan. Because of giving pleasure to the residents of Gokul, he became famous as Ram, and also became known as Balabhadra due to possessing extraordinary strength. The citizens of Mathura lamented, thinking that Devaki's pregnancy had been destroyed. Lord Krishna appeared on the 8th day of the dark fortnight in the month of Bhadra, after the appearance of the presiding deity of the Sandhini potency, Baladev Prabhu. Baladev's appearance day is the full moon day of the month of Bhadra. He appeared as the elder brother for the comprehensive service of Sri Krishna. In the pastimes of Ramchandra, he appeared as the younger brother Lakshman and was therefore unable to perform the thorough service of Sri Ramchandra. In the pastimes of Krishna, this is why he appeared as the elder brother. Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Devi also entrusted only Balaram with the responsibility of looking after the child, Gopal. While Krishna wandered in the forest along with his friends, Balaram was always engaged in his service. After killing Aghasur, Krishna was taking lunch with the cowherd boys on the banks of a lake. At that time, this Lila will start. So Nanda Maharaj Yashoda Devi, they told to your elder brother, your younger brother is very naughty and has no strength, so you have to take care of him. So one time during Kartik Brata, Gurudev told, you all know that Ashtakali Lila, when cowherd boys and Krishna in the morning they go out to graze the cows, then Krishna, being desirous of meeting Radharani, goes to Radhakund. But to Radhakund the Sakas cannot go. So Krishna is telling, you wait here, I will go, but you wait here. Then they're saying, no, Kanaya, where you are going, we also want to go. Then Krishna telling, no, I have some work, some important work I have. So but this is for some time only. So I will be back as soon as possible. So you wait here. So this is generally explanation of that Lila. But one time Gurudev mentioned that Krishna went, and because Baladev has this, he's serving him in 3 rasas as Dasya, Sakya and Vatsalya, because Nanda Maharaj Yashoda Devi they gave. So Krishna wanted to go, and Baladev stopped him. Hey, where you are going? You should not go alone like this. Where you are going? Because Baladev also not going to Radhakund. So then Krishna told to Baladev, no, only I am going here to forest. I will pick some flowers and I will make a garland for you. So that is why I am going. So you wait here. So like that, this is their Lila. One time Gurudev mentioned. So then Krishna goes to Radhakund and he comes later, but they are feeling separation, grief, and time there is also serving the Lila time. So Baladev, as in Baladev forum, he is not going to Radhakund because he is elder brother. So Krishna as a younger brother will not do Lila with Radharani if Baladev is present. And Radharani will not do lila with Krishna if Baladev is present, due to this rasa. So Baladev not going there. In this way, indirectly he's serving Madhur Lila as Baladev forum, but as his own, as Prabhupada mentioned, Baladev Gopi forum, Baladev Gopi means Ananga Manjari. He is also directly serving in Radha Kund and also in Madhur Lila. Ananga Manjari is younger sister of Radharani, but it is Baladev himself in another form, Ananga Manjari. In Gauri Lila, she became Janava Mata, Nityananda Baladev, Janava Mata, Ananga Manjari. So Baladev in his own forum, he is serving in Dasya Saka Vatsalya and not entering into Madhur Lila, indirectly serving so as not to disturb. But as Ananga Manjari, he is also directly serving, and as all paraphernalia and everything he's serving. So he's serving all comprehensively. And this Ananga Manjari is fully surrendered to Radharani, Prabhupada mentioned there. Gurudev also told one time in Calcutta to me, I had some confusion. Gurudev said Baladev has two functions. One is as Guru, he's collecting jivas from Maya and wants to engage them in the service of Krishna. This is one function. Another function is Saka in Lila. So these both two functions he's doing. So there is no any difficulty that he can collect any jiva, and Prabhupada explained in one article, then according to the jiva's rasa, he will send him to that place. For up to Vatsalya, he himself will teach, but for Madhurja, he will send to Radharani. But without the grace of Baladev, no one can get the service of Radharani. Because Nitayar Koruna Hobe, Braja Radha Krishna Pame. Or Heno Nitay Binebai Radha Krishna Paitanai. Without the grace of this first function Guru, which is bringing from Maya, no one can get that service in any rasa. So it is not that because Baladev is in Sakya rasa that he cannot be Guru. No. He is Guru and he will then send you or himself teach you. But in another one, Harikatha Gurudev also explained that Baladev is one, Bhagavan with Krishna. There is no difference. And like Ramachandra, he is Krishna. But in that Leela as Ramachandra, those rishis in the forest, they wanted to serve him as husband. But Ramachandra said, no, in this Leela I am not accepting more than one wife. But I am giving you blessing. You can be born in Gokul, in the womb of Gopis. That time you can get this service as my consorts in that Leela, not in this Leela. But by the blessing of Ramachandra they got. So like that, Baladev is same as Krishna, same as Ramachandra, same as Narayan. There are not many gods. Same God. So he can bless you for any rasa. Although he himself is serving in these three. So here Gurudev also mentioned that this Leela, when Brahma wanted to, means he kidnapped all the cowherd boys, and Krishna did many things at one time. One thing is to show to the world that no one can recognize Krishna, even Brahma cannot recognize unless surrendered to Krishna. Brahma doing this Leela, he is our Gurudev doing Leela, but the teaching is no one can recognize Krishna or his associates without surrendering. And another thing Krishna wanted to do, because all the gopis and cows, they were thinking if only Krishna would be our son, then directly we could give our milk to him, we could feed, we could dress, because he is the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, so we cannot serve him like our son. They are not allowing. That is why Krishna also has to steal from them and all this lila. So in order to fulfill their desire, Krishna expanded himself into those calves, and all the cows were feeling ecstatic feelings when they were feeding these calves. They were so eager, they tore those ropes and everything, they were running. And also the Brajabasis, when their sons, which were now Krishna, they came back, they were having some different attachment to him. Before they had more attachment to Krishna than to their own sons. But this time they had that same attachment to there, and they were getting that same bliss. So no one understood this. It was going on for 1 year, but Baladev understood. So Gurudev here mentioned this, that Krishna is doing such lila to satisfy them. And when Krishna subdued Kaliya snake, that time the Brajabasis, they were so much afraid, and in separation grief they all wanted to jump into that Kaliya lake, but it was very poisonous. So Baladev stopped them and he said, "You don't worry, nothing will happen to Krishna." He knows the glories of Krishna, so he stopped them. So Baladev did this lila. And then there are two demons killed by Baladev Prabhu. One is Dhenukasur and one is Pralambasur. When Krishna was grazing cows in the forest, then cowherd boys, they could get the scent of some very ripe fruits from palmyra trees. So they wanted to eat those fruits, but this, in that forest of palmyra trees, one demon was there with his associates called Dhenukasur. He did not allow anyone to enter there and take those fruits. But cowherd boys, they requested, and Krishna went and Balaram went. Dhenuk means ass, donkey. So that is in, when we are doing Madhuvan Parikrama, we go from there to Talavan. There Gurudev explained this lila. And Krishna wanted to enter, but Baladev said, "No, I will go." And Baladev went inside and he shook some of the trees, and so many fruits fell down and there was a noise. Then that Dhenukasur became so much angry. Who is here? Who is having this audacity to enter here? Here I am the chief. I'm not allowing anyone. Then he attacked Baladev. He kicked him with his feet. And then he began jumping around and making fair sound. Then, when again he attacked him with his hind legs, two legs, though, that time, the second time, Baladev caught him by those legs and he was whirling him around so fast and so with such force that time that left his body. He was killed. And then Baladev threw him on those palmyra trees, and because of the weight of his body, all the palmyra trees fell down. One fell on another tree, and like this, like domino, they all fell down. And then other associates of this Dhenukasur also came, and Baladev killed them all. And then the cowherd boys, very happily, they were eating those fruits. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained that this demon is representing certain anartha in our heart, and these anarthas, which means these demons which are killed by Baladev, are different than those killed by Krishna. Those demons or those anarthas killed by Krishna, only Krishna will do by his mercy. But these demons which are killed by Baladev are such demons that with the help of Baladev, practitioner himself has to kill with the help of Baladev. Means Baladev is Guru. Guru will give certain sadhana, certain advice. So if disciple will follow this advice, practically he has to give effort to follow this, then these demons will be killed by Baladev. But if we don't do this effort, then they will not be killed. So what is the Dhenukasur is like a donkey. Donkey is a foolish animal because he's carrying that load of salt or of fruits or anything he's carrying, or clothes, but he cannot enjoy it. Only he's carrying the burden. So like that, the ignorance and nescience about one's own real self, the real form of the holy name, and the real form of the object of worship, Supreme Lord, is indicated by Dhenukasur. So Gurudev will explain who we are, what is holiness, everything, and we have to accept it with surrender, and we have to practice. Then we will realize real knowledge. When we will have real knowledge, we will be freed from the burden of wrong knowledge, which is giving us burden. In another one song, Gurudev quoted that Joro Vidya Mayar Bible, from that Prabhupada song. No. Prabhupada Bhaktivinoda Thakur song. So there it is written that this worldly knowledge is the opulence of Maya. It is only giving you burden. It is not beneficial for your eternal welfare. It will give obstacle. You will become proud. But real knowledge means this. Who am I? I am of Krishna. I should serve him. Holy name is eternal. Supreme Lord is eternal. I have to worship. So this real knowledge will be revealed in our heart by the grace of Baladev, by the grace of Gurudev, when we will do our effort of following those instructions which Gurudev will give. And Pralambasur is another demon. He entered in disguise as a cowherd boy. So other cowherd boys, they were playing and they could not recognize that this new cowherd boy is a hypocrite. Gurudev told. Krishna understood that he is a hypocrite, and Baladev also understood, but others they did not understand. So they were doing some lila by some game, and the condition was who will lose will have to carry the losing party. That party which will lose will have to carry on their shoulder. So the Baladev's group won over Krishna's group. So this Pralambasur had to carry Balaram on his shoulder. That was their lila, to make like that. So when Baladev was on his shoulder, this Pralambasur started to run away and taking Baladev very far, and Baladev understood this is demon. Then he became so heavy that he could not carry him anymore, and also he punched him into the face. No, ferocious blow on his head with fist, maybe like this. Hammer punch. One is this punch, one is like this hammer punch. When in Vienna in 99, that time I was still doing some martial arts, so I asked Gurudev that whether this is now I should stop, this is some unfavorable for devotion or what. And at first Gurudev hearing martial art, then he started to show, oh, like this, punching, like this he was showing jokingly. And I say, yeah, like this, similar, but very, very sweetly Gurudev was showing. Then he gave advice according to that, but I remember now how he was showing different punches, Gurudev. Because in Brajadam, in Golok Lila, they are also fighting. Fighting is there, but that is very sweet fighting for the satisfaction of Krishna. Cowherd boys, they are fighting, and gopis also, they know how to fight. They are also fighting. There is one place in Brajadam, I forgot the name. We went there with Gurudev. So that there, the gopis and cowherd boys, they will fight. And at that place, the gopis will win. So they know how to fight also. So here also, it is mentioned, ferocious blow on the head with his fist. I don't know, maybe punch like this or like this hammer. So he left his body there, and this demon also represents certain anartha, which will be again removed with the effort also of sadhaka. Without sadhana, it will not be killed. Pralambasur is a symbol of illicit sexual connection, stri lampatya, aspiration for gain and adoration, labha puja, and name and fame. So this demon will be killed if we do sincerely effort what Gurudev told us to do. Then Gurudev explained that all Vishnu Tattvas have three potencies. Like that, Baladev also has Revati, Varuni, and Lila or Nila, and in some places mentioned as Kanti also. And how Baladev married Revati, also Gurudev mentioned Kakudmi or Kakudmi. I don't know. In Slovenia they say Kakudmi, but maybe it is Kakudmi. I don't know how it is properly. He is the father of Revati, and Revati was taller than Baladev. So this is not like looking nice. So Baladev with his plow, he little shortened her before marriage. He shortened her. This is one lila there. Revati and Varuni. They are the consorts of Baladev in Dwaraka. In Gaur Lila, they became Boshoda and Jannava. And here then Gurudev also mentioned that although Krishna and Balaram, they are Supreme Lord, they have all knowledge, they are original Gurus. But in order to show to the people of this world that taking shelter of Guru is necessary for getting divine knowledge, they also went to the school of Sandipani Muni, accepted him as Guru, and they were learning from him. And then at the end, when he taught them everything, for Guru Dakshina, that donation to Guru, which is part of your practice, the three potencies are Bhu Devi. One second. Shri, one is Shri, one is Bhu, and one is Lila or Nila. And in Baladev's case, Shri is Revati, Varuni is Bhu, and Lila or Nila is that Kanti. Shri, Bhu, and Lila or Nila. So when the donation, this is one part of service to Guru. So they asked Guru what they should give for Guru Dakshina. Then the Sandipani Muni said, we heard that you revived the sons of Devaki and Vasudeva. So we also lost our son. He was killed by ocean. So we also want our son back. So Krishna and Baladev went there to the ocean and requested, and the ocean said, no, I did not take that. One demon took him. And Krishna killed that demon but could not find that child in the womb. And then they went to Yamaraj, and Yamaraj worshipped Krishna Baladev. He's a devotee, pure devotee, so he gave that son. And that son was brought to Sandipani Muni, and Sandipani Muni was very happy. So we should satisfy Guru, then by his blessing we can get all knowledge or devotion to Supreme Lord. Devotion to Supreme Lord is supreme knowledge. So then he gave them permission to go home. So Krishna and Baladev, by their own example, they showed how we should take shelter of Guru, how we should follow Guru and satisfy him, and how Guru will bless. Then Gurudev also some other pastimes from 10th canto, that Rukmi, the brother of Rukmini, was all wanted to kill him, this pastime. Then Baladev stopped him, but later on when Rukmini became envious, then Baladev himself also killed him. Because he falsely accused him, Rukmi, that he was lying, Baladev, and cheating and this. So, and repeatedly he was insulting and criticizing wrongly, falsely accusing. Then Baladev killed him with one weapon to destroy his pride. That is out of compassion. And then Gurudev explaining that because Mahavishnu is the origin of all Tatashta Shakti Jivas, and Mahashankar means Mahavishnu is expansion of Baladev, so Baladev has direct relation with all the Jivas. That is why he's very compassionate to all Jivas, very loving, so he's regulating them and teaching them. When we went, Brajamandal Prikrama, that Dauji Mandir, where Baladev's deity is there, in Gokul Mahavan, there Gurudev explained this point. I still remember very, very deeply Gurudev was telling this, how Baladev loves us all, because we are coming from him directly. So he's very affectionate to all the Jivas. And then Gurudev also mentioned how Krishna sent Baladev from Dwaraka to Brajadham to pacify the Brajavasis. They were having separation grief from Krishna, and that Baladev there also performed Ras Lila, but it is with his own group of gopis, and then Baladev wanted to do pastime with the gopis inside Jamuna, and he called her to come near, and Baladev is drinking that Varuni, which is like intoxicant, like a wine, but he's Supreme Lord. So Jamuna played this pastime. She said, no, I will not come near to you because you are intoxicated. Then Baladev became angry and he took that plow and he was dragging that Jamuna towards him, and Jamuna became afraid and took shelter of him and worshipped him, and then she gave him that blue garment, cloth, which Baladev is wearing. And in this song which we were singing, Dashavatar Stotra, and this lila is mentioned about with the Jamuna. Jamuna and Goddess Kanti, a special form of Goddess Lakshmi, presented him with a set of blue garments, precious ornaments and beautiful necklace. Lord Balaram, dressed in the blue garments and wearing the golden necklace, appeared resplendent. Yes, we sang before that Dashavatar Stotra. Here the translation is that, O Keshava, you assume the form of Haladhar, one who is holding the Hala, wielder of the plow. You wear blue garments which are colored like the water of the river Jamuna, who feels great fear due to the striking of your plow. O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, in the form of Haladar, all glories unto you. Then Gurudev here mentioned also that son of Jambavati, which is one queen of Krishna, Samba, he wanted to marry Lakshmana, daughter of Durjodhan. So he took her, kidnapped her from her marriage ceremony, Swayamvara assembly, and the Kauravas were very enraged, and they began to fight with him, with Samba, and he was very powerful, they could not win, but then 5 together with group, they surrounded him and they won him unjustly. That is not according to fighting etiquette. So they arrested him, and then it was heard, and Krishna immediately prepared to fight them, but Baladev thought, if Krishna will go, he is powerful, he will kill them all. Better I go, because he has some affection for Durjodhan. Durjodhan is his disciple for martial art, for fighting with that. So he thought, let me go there and I will make peacefully, I will make this. So he told to Krishna, no, you wait, I will go. Then Baladev came near to Delhi, that is Hastinapur, and when they heard the Kauravas, they came there and met him. And then Baladev said that actually unjustly you took, you arrested Samba, so you give him back along with his wife Lakshmana. And then on the order of Krishna, he was telling, then the Kauravas expressed their false vanity. They said, oh, you are now, you Pandavas and the Yadavas, you got everything from us only. So, and now you think you can order us. Everything you got by our mercy. So this is, you became so proud, and they refused and they were insulting. Then Baladev saw they are becoming falsely proud, and he told that, yes, I came here desiring the welfare of the Kauravas after pacifying the Yadavas, but they are so proud that they have disrespected me. So, is King Ugrasen unfit to command the Kauravas when Indra and other planetary rulers are bound to obey his orders? That Lord, whose servant is Lakshmi Devi, the dust of whose lotus feet is carried on the heads of Indra and other rulers of the universe, of whose spiritual identity Brahma, Shiva and myself are simply Angshavataras, or even Angshavataras, is that very Krishna not fit to sit on a royal throne? Are the Yadavas indeed like shoes, whereas the Kauravas are like the head? I shall surely punish all these impudent Kauravas immediately. Because Baladev understood, like animal cannot be controlled or taught unless you punish him physically. If you try to teach him, he will not be able. But if you punish, you can control. So like that, Baladev understood, unless they are punished, they will not give up. They will dispride. It is not good for them. He put his plow in the land, and he was dragging the whole city of Delhi, Hastinapur, into Ganga to throw inside. Everything will be destroyed. Because he's Supreme Lord, omnipotent Supreme Lord, he can do anything. So all Kauravas became very afraid, and they took shelter of Baladev and praying, Trahi, Trahi, please save us. Then Baladev, seeing their change of heart, he stopped, and then they gave him that Samba and Lakshmana, and they also said many prayers to Lord Baladev. So Baladev also forgave them and told them, you don't fear. Then Baladev also killed one demon, that gorilla demon Vivid, in 10th canto it is described there. And the pranam mantra of Baladev is Namaste to Halagram, Namaste to Mushalayuda, Namaste Revati Kanta, Namaste Bhaktavatsala, Namaste Bolinang Shreshta, Namaste Dharanidhara, Pralambare, Namaste to Trahimam Krishna Purvaja. Gurudev used to say this pranam mantra before Harikatha. Means obeisances unto you, O holder of the plough. Obeisances unto you, O wielder of the pestle. Obeisances unto you, O beloved husband of Revati. Obeisances unto you, O affectionate benefactor of your devotees. Obeisances unto you, O upholder of the earth. Obeisances unto you, O best of the mighty. Obeisances unto you, O killer of the Pralamba demon. Please save me, O elder brother Baladev of Krishna, elder brother of Krishna. And then finally Gurudev mentioned here in the book that Baladev once entered when Kurukshetra war was going on. Baladev did not want to fight because Duryodhana is his disciple. So on the pretext of going to different pilgrimage places, he did not enter into that fight. So while he was going different pilgrimage places, he also came to Naimisharanya forest, where those great sages were doing this yagya, and they gave higher seat to Lomaharshan Sutta. Some place it is written Romaharshan, some place Lomaharshan. Both I saw. So he was to speak Bhagavatam, and they gave him that seat. And when Baladev came there, his Supreme Lord, so all stood up and gave obeisances. They properly received him, except this Romaharshan Sutta, he did not stand up to receive Baladev. So Baladev saw he has full pride. Also he's sitting above them all, and also he did not stand up to receive me. He has pride. How he can recite Bhagavatam? It is not possible. Only one who is a surrendered soul to Supreme Lord. Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. And you know, Sevan Mukhi Jiva Dosvayam. Only through service one can have contact with Krishna. So he has full pride. So he cannot speak Bhagavatam. So in order to, out of compassion, to punish him, Baladev killed him. He said he is not qualified to speak on Bhagavatam. This is to give us teaching that if we have this false vanity, I am a scholar, or I know Bhagavatam, or I will use Bhagavatam for my name and fame, or for money, or for something, not for the service of Krishna, then Baladev will punish us. Gurudev will punish us. That will not be real service. That will be exploitation, and we have to be punished for that. So then when he was killed, and how he was killed? With one blade of kusha grass. This is not physically, it is not possible to kill someone with one blade of grass. But because Baladev is Supreme Lord, he killed with one blade of grass. Gurudev said Supreme Lord can appear in one ant if he wants, but he is omnipotent in that form of ant. He can kill you with the form of ant. And everything is possible for all-powerful Supreme Lord. Then these sages, they were distressed that now who will speak? Actually, we gave him this seat to recite the Puranas, so now you killed him. So, and also this is one kind of sin to kill a Brahmin. Then Baladev, playing the pastime, he said, then what I have to do to purify from this sin? Then they told him, you have to go all these pilgrimage places, you have to do. So Baladev, for the sake of example, he did this. And they also requested, we gave him this seat. So now who will speak the Puranas? So what Baladev said, what I have to do now? Then they said, you fulfill both these things that we gave Loma Harshan blessing to have a long life so that he can speak the Puranas, and we also gave him this seed for reciting. Then Baladev, following the Vedic maxim that one's son takes birth as one's own self, granted Roma Harshan's son Ugra Shrava the position of speaker of the Puranas and awarded him a long life with unfailing sensory capacity. Ugra Shrava means Sutta Goswami, which in Bhagavatam we are hearing. Sutta Goswami is explaining what he heard from Shukadev Goswami when he was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. He is explaining to 60,000 rishis. And Gurudev, every time, whenever Harikatha he was speaking, and there was any sound in Delhi mat or Kolkata mat or some place, some horns or beeping and some crackers or they were throwing, some sound noise was coming or some children crying, then Gurudev every time, unfailingly, he would say in Harikatha that you should select a peaceful place for Harikatha. Then he explained, in this Naimisharanya forest, there were 60,000 rishis sitting, but there was a pin drop silence. Means if one pin would drop on the ground, you could hear that sound of such silence with such attentiveness and silence. They were all hearing with rapt attention. But we are distracted in so many ways. So Gurudev said, where is such speaker now? Where is such listener now? And such place? So we are not getting the fruit. But he blessed him. Then Baladev performed his pastime of disappearance after the destruction of the Yadu dynasty. So this Gurudev explained. And also in one Harikatha, we remember it is also recorded, the time we were hearing on video conference, Gurudev said, yesterday was Baladev Purnim here and I was not speaking downstairs and also Kirtan was going on, but I did not hear that Kirtan, Jai Dao, to pray for the grace. So that is not good. Our Gurudev was doing and I was not down, so they did not do. So it is not complete. It was not complete. So I had to tell them that they should do this Kirtan, otherwise it will not be complete. We have to pray for the grace of Guru Vargas and of Baladev and Dhambasis. We have to pray on such days, so we have to sing. And then they did. So Gurudev's desire is this Kirtan on special these important days that we should pray. So I will do it in shorter version because now it is already late. We are over time, but this is not wasted time. To hear the glories of Supreme Lord is auspicious activity. It is our duty, our service. Our only engagement is this. Only proper engagement, the service of Supreme Lord. Patit Pavan Guru Dever Jai Dao Karuna Moy Guru Dever Jai Dao Jai Guru De Bole Jai Dao Madhav Goswami Vishnu Pader Jai Dao Madhav Goswami Vishnu Pader Jai Dao Patit Pavan Prabhu Pader Jai Dao Karunamoy Prabhu Pader Jai Dao Jai Prabhupada Bole Jai Dao Gaur Kishore Das Baba Jir Jai Dao Bhakti Vinod Thakur Jai Dao Jagannath Das Babajir Jai Dao Rupanuga Guru Barger Jai Dao Gauranger Bhakta Brinder Jai Dao Shri Vas Panditer Jai Dao Gaura Shakti Gadadharer Jai Dao Sitapati Shri Advaiter Jai Dao Patit Pavanitanande Jai Dao Karunamoy Nitanande Jai Dao Jai Nityananda Bole Jai Dao Karunamai Shri Gaurange Jai Dao Patit Pavan Shri Gaurange Jai Dao Jai Shri Gauranga Bole Jai Dao Nitai Gaurange Jai Dao Nitai Gaurange Jai Dao Nitai Gaurango Ebaramoy Doya Koro Aparat Kama Koro Nitai Gaurango Sevayodi Karado Nitai Gaurango Gokula Dhamer Jai Dao Gokul Mahavaner Jai Dao Dhambasi Bhakta Vrinder Jai Dao Dhambasi Bhakta Vrinder Jai Dao Vasudev Maharajer Jai Dao Rohini Devir Jai Dao Rohini Nandaner Jai Dao Balaram Bhagavaner Jai Dao Abhirbhav Titi Puja Jai Dao Abhirbhav Titi Puja Jai Dao Shri Radha Madan Mohaner Jai Dao Shri Radha Govinder Jai Dao Shri Radha Gopinater Jai Dao Shri Radha Nayananater Jai Dao Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Baladev Jai Baladev Jai Baladev Jai Baladev Ei Baramoy Koro Doya Jai Baladev Aparat Kama Koro Jai Baladev Sebayodi Karado Jai Baladev Jai Baladev, Jai Jai Baladev, Jai Baladev, Jai Jai Baladev. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharbika Giridhari Jiyo Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaura Hri Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Radha Nayananath Jiyo Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Dev Ki Jai. Jai Shila Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shila Parang Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Bare Ki Jai. Jai Shri Panchatattva Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Shri Brinda Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Jai Sarva Vigna Vinashana Kari Shri Nrishinga Dev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gokul Mahavan Dham Ki Jai. Jai Dham Vasi Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai. Jai Shri Vasudev Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rohini Mata Ki Jai. Jai Rohini Nandan Balaram Bhagavaner Swabirvav Titi Puja Maha Mahotsav Ki Jai. Jai Mahotsav Kari Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai. Jai Param Puja Pacha Shrimad Bhakti Bhushan Bhagavat Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Brinda Ki Jai. Jai Samagata Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Gaur Pramanande Hari Bol. Today is really very auspicious day. Today from Mayapur Dham there was a live webcast. So after a long time I got darshan of now present Acharya of our Mat, Srila Bhakti Bhushan Bhagavat Gosai Maharaj. That is Guru Tattva. Baladev Tattva means Guru Tattva. So they are appearing to rescue us from ignorance and to bestow us our real eternal welfare in the service of Krishna. That is real our happiness. So we have to take their shelter and serve them and serve Krishna. Also I am grateful to you all devotees to encourage me. Dandavat Pranam. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.